One of the most effective ways for you to stay consistent is to set daily goals. You have to have an end goal in mind. Whatever your end goal is, whatever you're trying to accomplish something, you're trying to achieve something, you're trying to become better at something, whether you're trying to grow, you have to have daily goals that is ultimately going to lead you to your end result. And for me, in the very, very beginning, something that worked for me in the beginning was getting a whiteboard, writing down what do I have to do that day. I literally have a whiteboard, and I'll even upload it too. And I have a whiteboard, and I used to write what has to get done within a day, whether it's 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, whatever it may be. I had to set something to do today that is ultimately going to benefit my tomorrows, my future, to say the least. And over time, something that now works better for me is I do write it. I don't utilize my whiteboard as much anymore, but the reason why I mentioned the whiteboard is because it was something that worked in the beginning. Something about writing it down was just, just helped in a sense. And it helped kind of ingrain what I had to do in my mind, and it stayed within my mind to kind of remember it. Now for me, I do write it down because I have digital devices. I chart down things on my devices, and then I'll do it. Sometimes I will write it down too. But anyhow, I have daily goals, and I call it today's goals, and that's whatever's on that list has to get done. Whether it's 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals. For me personally, because I built up the habitual habits and I'm working on the things that I'm working on now, I have to do a minimum of 3 things that is ultimately going to benefit my tomorrows, my future, which is 3 daily goals. But you don't have to start there. I did not start by setting 3 goals every single day to help me grow and become better and learn and ultimately help me get to where it is I'm trying to go. The thing that helped me, again, in the very beginning was getting a whiteboard, having 1 goal. Whatever was on that whiteboard, whatever I written on that whiteboard, had to get done, and it would get done. No excuses, no matter what was going on. Even when my health wasn't the greatest, I still had to get it done. Even when things up here weren't the greatest, I still had to get it done. I had to set daily goals. And the reason why it is so important to set daily goals is because it ultimately, regardless of how you may feel today, whether you're feeling great, whether you are not, by you setting goals, you will be able to wake up the next day knowing you accomplished something yesterday. And it might not seem like a big deal in the very beginning, but over time, as you reflect back with whether it's 6 months to a year, again, depending on what it is you were doing, you are going to see significant improvement, and you are going to be incredibly proud of yourself. I came across this Twitter tweet asking this question, and it made me think, and my answer was this: it is the ability of understanding one's own actions. Because it is our actions today that we have to be mindful of and aware of. The things we are doing, the things we are saying, the things we are not doing, the things we are not saying, the things we are thinking, the things we are not thinking. Every single thing that we are doing, every single thing that we are not doing, plays a factor and a role significantly into who we are and who we ultimately become. In order for us to understand first off who we are, we have to be mindful of what it is we are doing, what actions we are taking. Because by us understanding what we are doing, by us understanding our actions, by us understanding that our reactions to our actions, it shows us, okay, by me doing this, this is what I am getting in return. By me reacting this way, this is what I am getting in return. By me speaking this way, this is how life is responding in this way. Questions like that, and you start to become mindful of things like that, it starts to shape your world differently. Because by you understanding, it's not because by you starting to become aware of your own actions, your doings, you start to develop the ability to understand, hey, It's not so much that what's going on out there is affecting me. It's what am I doing that is affecting me? That becomes a real huge game changer. Again, the question was, what is the most powerful skill to learn? And for me, my answer was, it is the ability to understand one's own actions. Because to say the least, it is what we do that ultimately shapes us into who we become.